Welcome to NWA Connie Corsos podcast, where we talk all things dogs.
I could do a mile in a minute, mile in a minute. Watch me do a mile in a minute, mile in a minute. And I been on this long road, still riding through all of these potholes, won't faze me. All this gon' make me. I'm not here for long, I'll be on the go. Figured I just put it in a song while I'm on the road. Back in school, see, I was never smart, never on the road. I stayed in my lane and played my part, now I'm ready for it. I'll still play with no lose. Look at all we been through. Now I gotta see it through. Hop off the porch, now I'm in it. Say my goodbyes, I'll be gone till I'm finished. I could do a mile in a minute, mile in a minute. Watch me do a mile in a minute, mile in a minute. And I been on this long road, still riding through all of these potholes, won't faze me. All this gon' make me.
Hope all is well.
Got everything I wanted like I stole from.
I'm doing a very special, truly exclusive breed profile on a dog that, from my knowledge and my research, this information has yet to be translated into English, and there are no videos that I could find on this dog in English, and it's probably because the dog is unrecognized, even though it's been breeding true since the 80s. And the breed that I'm talking about is called the Perro Pampas Argentino, which Pampas translates to like a very grassy area. But we'll talk about that as I go through the information that I've translated. So, as always, thanks for tuning in to the Canis Codex. Just remember, you saw this here first. If anybody can show me different, send me links down in the comments. And I'll go back and correct myself. I've done that a few times before, but I've been looking for about a month and I can't find anything. So let's dive right into the Perro Pampas Argentino. So I'm gonna just basically kind of read and summarize at the same time, from the information that I got. So in the year 1987, in the province of Cordoba, a city deep with the tradition, history, and dog breeding and dog fighting. Anybody is familiar with Cordoba, the killer of Cordoba. I have a breed by the time. Actually, this video will air before the Dogo Argentino video. Probably, but regardless, I did a Dogo Argentino, old Cordoba fighting dog, kind of 2-in-1 breed profile. So Cordoba is, like I said, is a city in Argentina, and a lot of dog breeding and dog fighting took place there. And it's the start of the Argentine Pampas dog, which kind of came about when a guy from a province in San Juan named Juan Carlos. It's so funny. With the Iberian dogs and the Spanish dogs and the South American dogs, and then some of the breeders named this guy Juan Carlos, Perro de Presa Canario. For the people who really know the breed, then they'll know Juan Carlos Asienio, and this guy is Juan Carlos Aguero. Sorry, Aguero. It's weird. It's Aguero. So Aguero. So this guy, Juan Carlos, decided to cross his dog, which was a dog that was actually named Pampas, but she was an American Staffordshire Terrier, and he crossed her into a Dogo Argentino, a dog that was created in the same region using the killer of Cordoba fighting dog in the 1920s by the Martinez brothers. So, like I said, he crossed an Amstaff, or really an American Pit Bull Terrier, a show type of American Pit Bull Terrier, into a Dogo Argentino. And this dog was actually owned by someone else, but handled by another person. And from that that crossbreeding, 2 puppies were born, 1 male, 1 female, and 1 went to Juan Carlos, and then the female stayed in Cordoba. And then at 1 year old, the male was brought back to Cordoba, and he was bred to some female Dogo Argentinos and to some Amstaff Terriers separately. So obviously those combinations produced different offspring, and then they were, kind of passed around among friends, which is the kind of thing that usually happens when breeds are in development. And those would be the progenitors of, the Perro Pampas Argentino. So from that point on, these animals that were being selected for specific phenotypic and genotypic, and I love that they mentioned that. And again, I'm summarizing this, but I'm going to use some of this stuff word for word, but just for them to have mentioned phenotypes and genotypes, because you don't hear that a lot. Genotype in the animal world, you don't really hear that unless you're talking to someone who really knows what they're talking about. It's always, the phenos, but you can't have phenos without genos. You're going to hear me say that forever. So these people really knew what they were doing. Hell, they might have been growing some weed too, because you deal with that a lot in cannabis and other plants in general sometimes as well. But they were looking for certain phenos and genos. So, a part of that was the black or dark brindle dogs, very strong, obviously the ability to hunt, protect, intelligence, and, excuse me, late. And this was going on, like I said, in the late 80s. So by 1990, it was crazy because I remember hearing about this. There was a bill in Cordoba, the city of Cordoba, and they were basically trying to make the Dogo Argentino, or the Argentine bulldogs, extinct. They wanted you to neuter all those dogs, which would have caused a mass extinction, and that breed would not be here right now. So obviously that didn't happen. They voted against it. And so anyway, it's also said that, one of the reasons that, this dog kind of came to be was just because they wanted a dog that it had just a little bit more bone to it. I guess added strength, as well. The white tends to, as I explained in the profile, tends to throw, deafness, in that coat color. Because, as I've said before, the color of your coat affects your dog's health and temperament directly. So adding the black, bringing in those darker coats would definitely eliminate some of that, and at some point, all of that. So just so you know, like, this breed is not recognized outside of Argentina and outside of private, groups of people. So it's not recognized by any registry to date, even though it's been breeding since, the late 80s. So obviously, there were some ups and downs to this, like with any new breed, creation or recreation. So, it's kind of trial and error kind of thing. And around 2010, they got it right. Also, they got it right, and then they could start reproducing at a faster, more efficient rate, and getting the desired characteristics, that they wanted in a prey dog. And the dog, so far from what I've seen and what I've been reading, it's definitely meeting the needs and wants of its creators and handlers. So now a lot of breeders are starting to regroup, and they do have shows. But like I said, again, it's not registered or recognized by any official kennel club that we use, FCI, AKC, or anything like that. So, but that's what they're trying to do. So, they're organizing the private shows, and then from there, hopefully it'll gain recognition in its country. And then from there, it'll make it easier for them to take it, to other registrations. So it does have a standard, and I'm going to put some pictures up, some illustrations that they had, and some of the stuff. I'll label what's correct or what's a fault and what's not, so you'll see that. And there were a few pictures, older pictures from the 80s and 90s, and just to expand a little bit on this profile. Before I go into the standard, the Perro Pampas was a term used for feral dogs in certain parts of South America, and Pampas describes, like I was saying in the beginning, large areas of grassland. And there is another Perro Pampas, and I actually did a breed profile on that, and that one's up as well for the Cimarron Uruguayo. Is a type of Perro Pampas, but they're separate. They're not related. That dog, as if you go and watch the breed profile, came about through its own natural selection in the wild, as this dog was man-made. So genetically, they're not related. But it was rumored, and I couldn't find any real information on this other than one source. It's rumored that the Rottweiler may have been used in the Argentine Pampas version, but like I said, I didn't find any proof of that, so I don't know. And to go into the standard, just to give you an impression on what they're looking for, and they call it the PPA, is the short acronym for the dog. So in the first impression, must convey power, rusticity, a mesomorph with a molossid appearance, large in size, short and dark fur, well built, with good muscular tone, robust without losing any harmony as a whole, with solid head. Mesocephalic, it has a serious and firm appearance, which it definitely does. Calm, secure gait, but with dark, quick reactions when required. That's definitely coming off the Dogo Argentino for sure. Demonstrating strength and explosiveness, of agile and resistant movement, excellent qualities for guard and defense, sociable and affectionate character, an excellent companion, intelligent, meek, noble, faithful for family life. So to talk about the coat a little bit, short, smooth, and bushy hair, no undercoat. So there it is again. We see these similarities with these Spanish and Iberian Peninsula and South American dogs, is they're here like the Presa, no undercoat. Color, black or dark brindle. It can present a white stripe in the middle of the face, with or without width of it reaching the eyes, and a white patch on the chest, on the neck, without completely surrounding it, on the hands and legs, and on the tip of the tail. The white spot on the front hand should not exceed half of the unula radius. Height and width must be provided. The height at the withers in males should be between 62 and 67 centimeters, and in females between 60 and 65 centimeters, and the weight should be around 45 to 52 kilograms in males and 40 to 47 kilograms in females. All measurements will have a tolerance of plus or minus 2 centimeters to 2 kilograms. And again, that's similar to what you see with the Presa standard. So, that is it for this breed profile. I hope you enjoyed this. It is, like I said, the first thing that I have seen of this in English. So if I'm correct, then that means a lot of other videos that are going to come out will be made based off of this video. So again, that's the stuff I'm giving you guys on this channel, and I'm going to try to, there's other breeds out there too as well that are way less talked about, in all different groups. And I'm doing my best to get as much information as I can to continue to provide truly exclusive information to you guys. So again, I want to say thanks for tuning in. So until next time, peace out, people.
And that wraps up another episode of NWA Connie Corsos. Thank you for being a part of our Connie Corso community. Remember, you can stay connected with us beyond the podcast. Find us on all major media platforms by searching for NWA Connie Corsos. Whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or YouTube, just hit that follow button to join the conversation and get the latest updates. If you have a burning question or want to apply to be a guest on our show, we'd love to hear from you. Simply shoot us an email at nwaconniecorsos@gmail.com. And if you're a business interested in becoming a sponsor, reach out to us at the same email address. For more resources, exclusive content, and links to all our social media profiles, visit our website at nwaconniecorsos.com. It's your go-to destination for everything dogs. Thank you once again for tuning in, and we can't wait to bring you more exciting episodes where we explore the fascinating world of dogs.